This is Q13 Fox News This Morning.
And good morning. Good to have you with us. It's 5 o'clock right now. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Kelly O'Connell. Here's what's happening right now. A frightening sexual assault case involving an 8-year-old girl. Now a 14-year-old behind bars this morning accused of the crime. We're live in Kent with the details.
And it's being called the largest storm in history. It's decimating parts of the Philippines right now. 25 million people in the storm's path, and we've got more on these incredible images straight ahead.
Plus some new information on a battle brewing between Boeing and its machinists union.
And it is Blue Friday, a preview of the Hawks showdown with the Falcons and how you can score a pair of tickets to the home game. The next one coming up.
Yeah, but first let's get over to Tim Joyce. He's checking your Friday forecast. Good morning, Tim.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. And we're looking at a much calmer day than yesterday. Temperature outside, not too bad, about the same as it was yesterday. But what's the difference? Well, the precipitation and the wind is dramatically reduced today. Just some scattered showers, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. So for today, the gear you might need: a hooded jacket, probably a good idea, and more so in the morning versus the afternoon. And you could use an umbrella today if you decided to, but for the most part, you could probably escape it without it. But the winds aren't going to turn it inside out like they would yesterday. Still seeing that river of moisture hovering over western Washington and parts of northwestern Oregon. For the most part, though, this is going to produce some scattered showers for us for today and relatively calmer conditions, considering yesterday was very blustery. Temperatures as you head out the door so far this morning, still in the low 50s around Seattle, upper 40s for Olympia, Lacey, areas around Tacoma. Everett also checking in at 47. Highs today, only the low end of the 50s for today, and we'll talk about that weekend forecast in just a few minutes. First, though, here's Adam with the first look at the roads, and fingers crossed for a better commute today, huh?
Absolutely this morning, and looks like this morning, you're right, Tim, a dry start for us, meaning an easier go in through the north, US 2, I-5 in past US 2, South 5, South 405. Nowhere near the problems we've seen yesterday, today on the roads. South 5 and 405, a clean shot right into Seattle and Bellevue. Lake Washington Bridge deck's in great shape. No hesitations moving up the Valley Freeway or I-5 from 18 to 516. Kelly and Brian, back over to you.
Adam, thank you. It is a shocking crime rocking a local community this morning. Kent police arrest a 14-year-old for sexually assaulting an 8-year-old girl.
Just awful. Detectives say the young girl seriously hurt and is right now at Harborview recovering. Tom Miaswinski live in Kent with more on this. Tom, what do you know?
You know, guys, I mean, when you hear the facts of this case, it's really hard to sink in. I mean, it's a horrific event. It's a parent's worst nightmare. Police say this incident happened in a wooded area, kind of like what you see behind me, but the victim managed to get to a nearby hotel, the Red Lion Hotel here, and ask for help. She had some pretty extensive injuries, needed immediate medical attention, transported to Harborview, as you mentioned. We just don't know her condition, but here is what we do know. Again, the victim, just an 8-year-old girl, and police say the suspect at this point is a 14-year-old boy. The victim didn't really know the boy, except that he was a friend of one of her family members, so some type of acquaintance. Now, police say once the two were in the woods, the boy sexually assaulted the girl. Somehow she got away, went for help to that Red Lion Hotel. Staff members there called 911 immediately. Police began their investigation. After interviewing the victim, they were able to find and arrest the suspect at his home. Now, officers who see horrible things every day say this is even difficult for them to deal with.
This is horrific. You know, this hits home for everybody. You have children. We all have, you know, a lot of us have children, and an incident like this, there's words can't express, you know, how difficult it is to even process and to deal with situations like this, even as an officer.
Now, police say they're hoping to get surveillance video of the moments before or after the incident, but after interviewing the suspect and the victim, they feel confident in this case. The suspect, by the way, has been moved to a juvenile holding facility. Police are still in the process of this investigation, looking for any possible eyewitnesses or maybe somebody who heard something. If you know anything about this incident that happened in Kent at the corner of Willis and South 74th, you are asked to call police. Guys, we're going to have more on this investigation as it moves forward coming up next hour. But yeah, as you mentioned, just a horrible incident here in Kent.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Tom.
very disturbing. Tom, thank you.
Thank you. We're following some breaking news right now. One of the most powerful storms ever slamming the Philippines as we speak.
It is being called a super typhoon with winds topping 235 miles per hour. At least 3 people are dead, and that number expected to rise. Incredible images coming out of the Philippines right now. The storm has already left a tremendous path of destruction. Houses completely wiped out, streets flooded, and forecasters say the worst is yet to come. Hundreds of flights have been canceled, stranding thousands in the airports there. Right now, some 25 million people are seeking refuge in evacuation centers across the island nation.
No one in America can even imagine what a 195-mile-per-hour wind would do to their home. This is going to be a bowling ball that rolls right through the southern Philippines, devastating everything in its path. For 20 miles on both sides, there'll be nothing left. There won't be a home standing.
Now, the storm is expected to leave the Philippines late tomorrow and make its way into the South China Sea. This is the 24th serious storm to hit the Philippines this year. We'll be keeping an eye on this all morning long for you, so stay with us for updates.
Here at home, the second fall storm in less than a week now over, and now it's cleanup time. The fierce winds and rain started yesterday morning, flooding roads and toppling trees. About 5,000 people on Bainbridge Island lost power after a tree took out a transmission line. And residents in Seattle's Madison Park neighborhood, they also lost power for a good amount of time. The good news, the lights are back on right now. People we talked with have mixed feelings about our wet and windy fall.
You know, but it's Seattle, you love it or leave it.
It's too drastic for me. I'm ready for Hawaii or something.
I mean, I wouldn't like it to be this way every single day, but I can deal with it like 4 days out of the week or something, so.
4 days out of the week?
Yeah, it's kind of cozy.
I'm with the lady. I think Hawaii sounds pretty good right now. Transportation crews are working overtime, blowing leaves off the roads, the sidewalks, and storm drains, trying to prevent any future flooding. So what do you think? Do you love this kind of weather, or maybe do you hate it? If you have pictures or videos of the storm, send them our way. Just go to our Facebook page, Q13 Fox News, and click on the Send Us Your News tip. You can upload them directly to us.
Book Hawaii right now, right? 5:05 right now, and a stunning development on the Boeing machinist contract to build the new 777X. Union president calls the proposal, quote, a piece of crap. Last night, Union President Tom Wroblewski tore up a copy of the contract and said he would try to have it withdrawn. Union members were scheduled to vote on the contract next Wednesday, and now that may not happen. Members of the machinist union say they are against Boeing's proposals, which raises health care costs and replaces their traditional plan. Boeing officials say if next week's vote fails, the company will likely build the 777X in another state.
Well, Brian, that contract is a part of a major local transportation proposal being discussed at a special session today in Olympia. And Boeing isn't the only one watching this very closely. So is King County Metro, because it could help avoid some major cuts there. Temporary funding for Metro expires next June. 74 routes would be dropped and 107 routes would be changed. That might not happen, though, if lawmakers approve the governor's $10 billion transportation tax package. Right now, though, legislators seem focused on the Boeing deal, and that's got Metro officials pretty concerned.
Riders left stranded, passed by, buses very full, overcrowded. That is our pending reality.
Some county officials don't want to wait for Olympia. Instead, they're proposing a significant hike in our car tabs to pay for the bus service. The vehicle tax increase would amount to about $100 for every $10,000 your car is worth. The higher the value of your car, the higher the tax.
Well, today, while transportation funding gets discussed in Olympia, groups are rallying in support of more money for King County Metro. The Downtown Seattle Association and Move King County now are getting together to highlight the importance of keeping King County Metro up and running. The groups will be joined by local lawmakers, union members, and business leaders. It's happening at Westlake Park in downtown Seattle at noon.
It's Friday. Break out your Hawks gear because it's Blue Friday.
That's right. Just 2 days before Seattle's huge showdown with the Falcons in Atlanta. And Seattle now 8-1 on the season, but they have really struggled offensively the past couple of weeks. Richard Sherman joked about last week's game against the Bucs, saying Tampa actually won the game, but the scoreboard didn't reflect that. Here he says what happened last time down in Atlanta. The Hawks were there for the divisional playoff. Seattle mounted that 21-point comeback in the fourth quarter, only to lose 30-28 with that last-second field goal. Very similar to this.
Well, it's going to be a unique challenge because they're not playing as well as they did last year, and but they're still there. Still the same guys. Still got a Hall of Famer at tight end. Still got a great quarterback. They just they aren't clicking as they were, and the record shows that.
Atlanta a shell of themselves this season. The Falcons just 2-6 on the year so far. Sherman says that makes them dangerous because a team with a losing record really has nothing to lose. Q13 Fox, the only station where you can catch the big game. 10 a.m. kickoff, followed by Seahawks game day at 1:30. Seahawks and Falcons from Atlanta, right here on Q13 Fox, your official Seahawks partner.
Well, the next home game is coming up November 17th against the Minnesota Vikings. And today, this morning, you can score a pair of tickets to that game by showing your 12-man pride. Show your Blue Friday pride. Go to our Facebook page and click on Blue Friday. Send us your favorite fan photo showing off your Blue Friday spirit. We'll announce the winners just after 9 o'clock this morning. And we're also going to get you fired up for Sunday's big game against the Falcons with a big tailgate party. Bill Wixie will be live outside of CenturyLink Field this morning from 7 to 10. He'll have some contests out there, surprises, special guests, food, and hopefully you, the 12th man. That's all morning long right here on Q13 Fox, your official Seahawks partner. Every Blue Friday gets better and better. Those tailgates just look like such a blast.
Especially when we win, it gets better and better. We love that part. So Adam walks in earlier today and he says today's traffic, the morning commute is like night and day, and so is the weather, right, Tim?
Oh, completely. What a difference a day can make. Once that storm kind of blows on through, we see much calmer weather around much of the region. Live look at the U District. You couldn't even see these buildings yesterday. It was just covered in raindrops, and the winds have died down dramatically as well around the region. We haven't seen a complete ceasing of the rain. It's still to come later on today, I think. But still, that onshore flow gives us some moisture, especially along the coastline. A lot of the coastal range mountains are picking that up, and so is the Cascade. So in between, right along I-5, we're doing pretty well. The exception is areas around Olympia. Lacey's seeing some of those showers now moving back into the south end of the sound, mostly hanging around the coast and through the Willapa Hills in southwest Washington. But looking at how things are shaping up, we do see a little bit more activity around Stevens Pass than around Snoqualmie Pass. Winds so far relatively light comparatively. Gusts shown in yellow there. 15-mile-an-hour wind gust in Enumclaw, the strongest we're seeing around town. Otherwise, though, temperatures not doing too bad. 43 in Bremerton, 46 around Shelton in the Hood Canal area. Mid-40s, Darrington through Arlington, the Sammamish looking at the mid-40s right now, and 36 up at Snoqualmie Pass. Overall in the atmosphere, we do have a front kind of draped across the region, and that's going to be with us for kind of most of the weekend. This low offshore is actually going to pull back off towards the south and the west. So for the most part, this is what's going to affect us for most of the weekend. So we'll see some scattered showers at times, a little bit today in the morning, and then another shot likely Saturday in the afternoon, which could affect the Huskies game. So temperatures not doing too bad. About 53 is normal for this time of the year, and we're going to hit that pretty close to that most areas for today. Mid to low 50s again today in scattered showers, which means also the possibility for some sun breaks as well. And still seeing some scattered showers, a little more prevalent up to the north, Bellingham through the islands, as well as around Marysville to Everett, where it'll be about 49 degrees for today. So we're still showery over the weekend, not nearly as stormy as it was yesterday, so much calmer weather. Better shot for some sun breaks Saturday morning, Sunday morning as well, looking pretty good. And as we look towards Veterans Day on Monday, could be some afternoon showers, and Tuesday does look kind of soggy so far. Now here's Adam with the latest on those roads.
Yeah, exactly. This morning, starting out nice and quiet. We'll find that in through the north, US 2 and I-5 in past US 2. Turns out to be a very, very reasonable go. Not a whole lot to hold you back on 5 or 405 right into the county line as of yet. That's 32 minutes Everett into Seattle, and shooting for just about 20 minutes Linwood to Bellevue on South 405. This is how we like to start. 520 and I-90 holding in okay with a $1.70 toll in place on the 520 bridge right now. Reminder that 99 this weekend, it's going to be out of commission. We'll get you those details coming up here in a little bit. North 405 right now, still pretty free and easy right into the Renton curves to Kennydale and Newcastle. Haven't seen volumes build yet on the Valley Freeway or I-5 from 18 to 516, but this is usually one of the first points we see crowding. 14 minutes Federway to SeaTac and 16 minutes Auburn to Renton. Moving through Tacoma, volumes on I-5 stay light. Puyallup also starting out reasonable, but again, give this just a few minutes and we're going to start seeing that backup developing in through Canyon, or actually in through Sumner. I-5 in through Joint Base Lewis-McChord, also no hesitations or hangups for us quite yet. State ferries this morning, so far starting out on time. Sounder Rail looking to be in decent condition, and Mountain Passes, an easy start here. Stevens Pass, traction tires advised. Snoqualmie and White Pass, no restrictions. It's been pretty much this way all week. Kelly and Brian, back over to you.
All right, looking good so far. Good news, Adam. Straight ahead, President Obama apologizing to Americans losing their health insurance since the rollout of the Affordable Care Act.
Plus, it is now official. Seattle has a new mayor. Mike McGinn's farewell message to the people of Seattle and what's next for the city's next leader.